Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys stopping by. I tell you, there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world. There's conflicts going on all over the place. You got earthquakes, astrological alignments of the planets. It's all kinds of things going on. Uh, we got a compilation of videos that's going to make you question everything you thought you knew. So, again, I'm not trying to tell you what to believe, but don't close your eyes to what's in front of you. They say hidden in plain sight. It is what it is, y'all. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. However, you guys do know where I stand. We're going to get into these videos and see what's popping off, y'all. Let's get it. Is that a CL? Is that the real Jim Carrey? Is that somebody else? That's how we started. What y'all think?
So we're just going to look over the fact that Jim Carrey does not look like Jim Carrey. Now, Jim Carrey was on my list of people that I thought will never cross over to the bad side. But what happened to Jim Carrey? Because that face right there does not look like Jim Carrey's face. I really need to ask, who is that right there? Now, we all know that Jim Carrey has always been on the good side of things. Hollywood blackballed Jim Carrey because he spoke out against the elites. So in my book, Jim Carrey will always be one of them ones. But that face right there, it
look like he got Botox all in his face, like the cheeks, the jawline, forehead. Nah, that don't look like him.
is not the same face that we seen on Jim Carrey. This is the same Jim Carrey that was putting people on game about the Illuminati before people started talking about the Illuminati. I have been watching Jim Carrey since the 90s in living color. I'm not trying to shit on Jim Carrey right now, but I need you to tell me if that looks like Jim Carrey. I need you to think about all of the celebrities.
It actually looked like he got that mask on from the movie The Mask on constantly. That's what it looked like.
That look different, act different. I need you to think about the fact that Jim Carrey's face was one of the things that played a big part in boosting his brand and getting him to where he was at. Facial expressions. His face doesn't look like it can make facial expressions. Again, it's just me. I'm out.
Y'all let me know how y'all feel, what y'all think.
I still don't understand why 11 can't be 1E1. We got 22, 33, 44, 55, but 11 can't be 1E1? That really pisses me off.
Now, I threw that in there to lighten the mood because a lot of these videos are going to be touching on some serious stuff. But you got a point. Do we have a point? 1E1, 11, 22, 66, 77, 88, 99? 1E1. I mean, y'all let me know in the comments below.
This is what they feed our kids. This is a chicken sandwich. This is how it looks. Look at this. This is ridiculous. But this is what they feed our children. This is what our children have to eat.
That looked like a chicken balloon sandwich. It's hollow, like hollowed in the mother. Like, how is that even considered food?
And this is
Have
why
any of y'all
I have
experienced
to
that?
always have some healthy snacks because who wants to eat this? This is what they opened up to. Crazy.
I'm good. I am so good.
This goes to the factory of deviled ham, of sausages, of luncheon meat, of whatever you like. See, pure deliciousness, and you eat that? Look! This goes to the Mortadella factory. Blessing.
No, he didn't just say blessing at the end. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm on the fence. I don't know if that was a real or AI. Is that something that's going on? I mean, the Epstein's files let loose on a lot of deep, dark, evil things that certain people are doing. I'm just saying, y'all.
This is why you have to be careful about what you eat. This lady bought rice with an egg, but soon realized something was off. The egg didn't look real. The yolk had changed color and become hard, and when she tried to break it apart, it felt like plastic.
Absolutely not. Violation. Ain't no way. See, this is why I stopped eating eggs a while ago, man, because I don't know. When I was like years ago, I crack an egg. Now you crack an egg, it's these white things on either side. I tried to take one off one time, and I grabbed it and I felt it, and that shit was nasty as hell, man. No, I'm good.
Just imagine consuming something like this without noticing. It could be really dangerous. This is a serious warning. Always check your food before eating. Now, take a look at the next video. Now, just take a look at this. What you're seeing isn't foam, it's bread, but it looks exactly like foam. Honestly, I'm speechless. It really feels like we're not safe anymore.
Oh, wow. They actually sell that brand of bread at my local corner store. I may have to do my own experiment on it, y'all. I may have to get a loaf, record myself, seeing if this is what it is. What y'all think? Y'all leave that in the comments below. If y'all want me to start doing some of the experiments that they're talking about.
The safest way forward is to grow your own crops, raise the animals you eat, and cook your own food. People are doing things for money, and much of it happens without us even knowing. Imagine how many people consume these things without checking. It's worrying, even sad. What do you think about this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This isn't meant to scare you, it's to enlighten and educate you, helping you stay careful about what you eat and stay healthy.
Pay attention to what y'all are putting in your bodies.
Chemical chicken. How long have we been eating this? The American people. Not 100% chicken. Don't order chicken from these 8 restaurants. Y'all remember Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? You ever wonder why it's called KFC? This is for educational purposes only. Watch the video.
Now, rest in peace to my uncle. Me and him used to kill KFC on the regular. Is that what's killing us now? So that's what y'all let me know what's going on.
And what's your thoughts in the comment section?
Due to insect activity in the kitchen.
They told you it was chicken, crispy, juicy, and freshly made just for you. But what if that golden bite from your favorite fast food chain wasn't chicken at all? What if the meal you've trusted for years was not 100% chicken, but something engineered to taste that way? What if the tender filet from Chick-fil-A that melts in your mouth owes its flavor not to quality, but to a chemical recipe designed to make you crave more? What if the healthy rotisserie chicken at Subway is padded with additives that keep it soft, moist, and shelf-stable for weeks? And what if the golden pieces from KFC and Popeyes arrive already injected with enhancement solutions, packed with phosphates, MSG, and sodium so high it could quietly push your blood pressure through the roof? It's not just one chain. It's an entire system, where what's called chicken can legally contain up to 20 or even 30% non-chicken ingredients, where flavor is...
Wait a minute. So it can have up to 30% non-chicken ingredients and still be considered chicken? Are they required to list this anywhere on the menus or anything? What kind of regulations do they have for this?
built in laboratories. Textures are crafted by machines, and loyalty is designed by scientists who understand exactly how to trigger your brain's craving centers. Tonight, we're exposing how 8 of America's biggest brands, from Burger King and Jack in the Box to Checkers, Rally's, and McDonald's, turned a simple meal into one of the most deceptive products on the market. Because when chicken becomes a formula, not a food, the question isn't what you're eating.
The question is, what are you eating? If it's not chicken, what are these non-chicken ingredients that's being added? or additives or what? What are we eating, y'all? This shit is getting real. Not for
Okay, how
entertainment.
am I
This
just finding this out now? Did you know that in 1998, a Simpsons episode came out called The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace, Season 10, Episode 2? He writes on a chalkboard a formula no one really thought anything of. This little Easter egg went unnoticed. Then, almost a decade and a half later, CERN, which definitely doesn't have 666 in their logo, comes out and discovers the God particle, the Higgs boson particle. Now, this is apparently a pretty big deal, namely because they spent $13.25 billion to find it. Except 14 years before that, Simpsons wrote it on the chalkboard of this episode. Now, I've heard some wild Simpsons predictions. They're not really predictions, they're telling you what's going on. But this one is strange because if the connotation is that they knew what it was already, then what did they spend $13.25 billion on?
bunkers. Bunkers.
There are beings from portals coming in and out.
CERN. We're turning our attention to CERN, y'all. And I believe that CERN is built over what was called the bottomless pit where Apollyon is supposed to be. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments, but this is a doctor that used to work at CERN. From what I'm understanding.
Physicists from the CERN who told me this.
They've testified
is-
to beings coming in and out of portals.
Yes, they have apparently in the bottom of the CERN this portal, this door where they are dealing with all the subatomic dimensions. They say there are 17 different dimensions of reality. That's what those physicists say. Some others say there are more dimensions. You know, they had a being, they did not tell me more, who came that doesn't resemble a human. And then they had another one, and they have a proof because they left a scarf. They left a scarf. And now, when you look at what is going on in the CERN, there is a fight from some of the military agencies, intel. They say that there is a fight on time. They're trying to change time.
There's always something to do with time, y'all.
They're testing a particle accelerator up there so we can learn how to make unlimited energy down here. But those who have accepted the Cloverfield paradox is real.
Yo.
Because that accelerator is 1,000 times more powerful than any ever built. Every time they test it, they risk ripping open the membrane of space-time, smashing together multiple dimensions, shattering reality, and not just on that station.
Sorry about that, y'all.
This experiment could unleash chaos, the likes of which we have never seen. Monsters, demons, beasts from the sea.
To clarify, you believe their efforts to solve the energy crisis might unleash demons?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In the past, in the future, in other dimensions. You have no idea how much I would love to be wrong about this.
Monk,
If you want to know more,
turn that shit off.
please read my book.
They tell you in the movies.
I think the world ended in 2012. Okay? Now, a couple things happened. For one, you guys know about CERN, right?
No.
Okay, CERN, the Hydrogen Collider. And what that is they discovered the God particle through that. They've been doing tests since this thing is fired up that have to do with what makes up the universe, the secrets of the universe, right? So since this thing has fired up in 2012, they said in theory it could have collapsed time itself or Earth or ended the Earth from what we know it, right? Because they're smashing atoms together and doing all these different things. So that fired up in 2012. What movie was about a world-ending event? 2012. Okay. So After all that, I think after 2012, other timelines have been colliding with each other, right? So the world we knew ended. And now what we're seeing is...
What are we seeing?
What if CERN created a quantum camera which can take a quantum photograph of all of reality? If that were true, it would make the Large Hadron Collider the perfect fit for the mystery machine associated with Project Looking Glass. Everybody and their mom knows that you don't need the largest structure ever built in human history to smash particles together. And most of us are getting the sinking suspicion that CERN is responsible for all the insane things that are happening in the world right now. So let's discuss my quantum camera theory and how it connects to the idea of collapsing timelines and why things have gotten so damn strange in the world. I propose that the Large Hadron Collider might be capable of taking a quantum photograph of the entire Earth. In what ways would this differ from just taking a giant photograph of the entire Earth? Well, for one, it would be three-dimensional. For two, it would see every single particle in its quantum position across the entire planet. I'm talking every particle. When it took its picture, it could show the scientists every neutrino, neutron, photon, proton, gluon, you name it, and its exact position around the world. You might be wondering, what does that mean? Why is it important? How would it explain all the strange things happening in our world right now?
Yeah.
Well, that's where it gets really interesting. Because if this looking glass machine could take a picture right now in this moment and see every single particle in its position, and then take another picture in the next moment, it could understand the vectors of all the particles. Now, in layman's terms, this just means speed and direction. So if it could figure out the speed and direction of every particle, let's say across the Earth, it could figure out where it was going. And then it could figure out where it was going to be in the future. And if you had enough powerful supercomputers, you could take all that quantum data and retranslate it into regular data. So then they could have an actual three-dimensional photograph of reality as human beings perceive it. What I just told you is a reasonable hypothesis for how we could build a machine that would be a literal crystal ball. Now let's say that's what CERN does, and let's say it is the mysterious machine behind Project Looking Glass. And let's say they can see as far as 10 years into the future, and they know every single quantum particle and where it's going to be in that future because they can just take all the data of the vectors and speeds now and say, well, if this is happening now, this obviously has to happen in the next point. And so they actually create a deterministic view of what reality is going to be. So what if the people in control of this machine didn't like what they saw? Maybe they saw themselves as power. Well, then they'd have to change things. But how exactly would they do that? Like in follow-up from part 2.
Now, I did a little looking into Project Looking Glass. I never really thought about connecting it with CERN, but that's very interesting, y'all. Now, when I first saw this clip, the first thing that came to my mind was Ezekiel's will. Not will as in my will and testament, but the vision he had of a will within a will. And the description of the angel was that it was will within a will with eyes all around. I'm telling you, that was the first thing that popped in my head when I saw this clip. What do y'all think? What was the first thing that popped in your head when you saw that clip? Put that in the comments, y'all. Don't forget, hit that like button. Let's get it up to like 15 likes. Let's hope I can get 15 views.
I was watching Avatar when I started wondering, why does it feel so familiar? Think about it. The movie is about a group led by a general who wants to conquer a new world.
Look at the
To
comparison.
extract a super valuable resource. The protagonist falls in love with a tribal princess. She's the daughter of the tribe's chief. And in both stories, there's a sacred tree, a symbol of wisdom that the tribe can communicate with. And if that's not enough, the protagonist's initials are JS. Jake Sully, John Smith. So Avatar is the modern version of Pocahontas. Mind-blowing.
Something to make you think.
Guys, I'm not okay.
Now this one got me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I remember I grew up watching these cartoons. Again, I was a kid. I ain't know no better. I didn't realize the stuff they was really telling us back then. But again, I know for a fact what incarnation came from Yosemite Sam. That was one of his catchphrases. What incarnations? Let's see what's going on with the new Mandela Effect, y'all.
Just heard something.
And that goes back to CERN, what happened in 2012, because that's when all this Mandela Effect actually started. But let's keep it rolling.
That I might be way behind, but this, I can't believe it. I truly can't believe it. You know who this is, right? I mean, I hope you do. If you don't know who this is, then you're way too young.
Okay, just for clarification, we do see Bugs and we do see Daffy. What's behind the actual words, and I didn't make this video, so obviously I can't expose it, but what's behind the words itself is a picture of Yosemite Sam.
Yosemite Sam. And if you know who Yosemite Sam is, you know what his catchphrase is, okay? Say it with me. On 3, 2, 1. What incarnation, right? If you go to the Wikipedia page, they're saying he has never said this.
Cap.
Never. It's never been in an episode.
Yes, it has.
It's changing the timeline. I've never heard the word tarnation except for watching this. That's where I learned the word. And now they're saying he's never said it in any episode ever. All of his other catchphrases, sure, but not that one. Why are they rewriting this? Guys, I'm not okay. I just heard something.
And that takes me back to what always seems to come up in the videos. Was it Tartaria? You find it everywhere. Is there something to that?
That I might be way behind, but this, I can't.
This is Reptile from Mortal Kombat. His long-lost homeworld was called Zatara, and he is of what's called the Sumerian race, which is a humanoid reptile race that has linked to Shao Kahn, and he does his biddings as an assassin, has the ability to cloak, and he is a spy. Now what's interesting about Reptile is he was my favorite character in Mortal Kombat. I love the moment right when you be like finish him, and if you press the right buttons, he would take off his human ninja mask and reveal his hideous green face. He would lick out his tongue, bow, grab the head, bow, chew, and then he would say, coincidence?
That St. Christopher, who is often depicted as a dog-headed saint, actually was a dog-headed saint. And not only that, but I could prove it. Would you keep watching? You see, not only have these dog-headed creatures been talked about throughout history, but I actually found one. A petrified one. A really, really, really well-known petrified one. But before I show you actual evidence of the Egyptian demigod Anubis's remains, I gotta build a case. And I'm gonna let a few people who have built the case for this do this for me.
Throughout history, there have been numerous accounts of dog-headed people living in distant lands. You've probably seen images of the cynocephalus. 4. Cyno means dog, and cephalus means of the head. For example, you've probably seen the Egyptian god Anubis, the god of death and embalming. Anubis has been found in Egyptian tombs, and he has the body of a man and the head of a...
Hey, real quick, when it comes to hybrids and things of that nature, now we do know that the fallen angels, the Watchers, came down and they did some things with the human women and created things. It wasn't just the human women that they were defiling themselves with. They were doing things with the beasts, the animals, the birds, so it's possible. But anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. These are some of the craziest videos circulating the internet. I got a whole bunch more to come. I'm going to get back to being consistent. Y'all do me a favor. Hit that like. Leave a comment. Check out one of these other videos that should be coming up, popping up on the screen. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.